Welcome to CrystalMaker 11. In this tutorial we'll explore using the new Planes Inspector introduced in CrystalMaker 11.5 to show sets of symmetry related planes, and we'll use these to create crystal shapes. Now if you haven't watched the separate Planes Inspector tutorial, we recommend that you do this before proceeding with this tutorial. Let's start with the diamond structure, hiding all atoms using the Atoms Inspector, turning off those carbon visibility checkboxes and navigating to the Planes Inspector by clicking its tab. Let's add a new plane using the Add New Plane command or double clicking. And unlike in the previous tutorial, we're going to add a whole set of symmetry related planes by setting this Add Symmetry Relations checkbox. So here we have a set of 8 symmetry related planes, all passing through the very center of the structure. And let's give them a set of unique colors. We can do that by going down to our Actions menu button and choosing Color by Auto. Now our planes are individually colored. Next, let's group these planes together to show that they are symmetry related. And we can do this by turning on the Group by Symmetry mode, which is this folder icon in the bottom bar. You can see it lights up, indicating that we're now in group mode. Notice that our 8 planes are indicated by this hierarchical group row, and these squiggly brackets around the title 111 are crystallographic shorthand for all planes related by symmetry. And if we expand the row, that's exactly what we've got, all 8 planes. Now, one advantage of a hierarchical display is it allows us to edit the entire group of planes in one simple step. Well, let's use this to move all planes to their intercepts. I'm going to go to the Position drop-down menu and choose Move to Intercepts. We now, on the left, have a rather pretty shape comprising an 8-pointed polyhedron. And this shape is called stellar octangular. The key is in the name, octangular. Now, so far we've been showing all parts of each lattice plane extending all the way to the furthest limits of our crystal plot range. That's the furthest extent to which atoms are plotted. Now, in crystal shape mode, we get to see something different. We get to see an inner shape formed by the intersections of the planes. And we can toggle this mode on or off by using the Shape button in the bottom bar. Shape mode on, shape mode off, shape mode on, shape mode off. See that inner shape? That's the octahedron. Let's make the planes translucent so we can see this more clearly. Let's click on the Group Color button and we'll change the translucency to 75%. And again, we can toggle shape mode on and off, and then it's clearer where that octahedron comes from. Now, how does this shape relate to the underlying crystal structure? Well, to understand this, we're going to need rather more than one unit cell. So first of all, let's make our structure visible by showing all carbon atoms. So I'm going to go to the Atoms Inspector and make the carbons visible again. And there's my shape inside one unit cell. Well, that's a bit pathetic. We need a bit more than that. So we'll go to the Arrange button in the toolbar. And I'm going to click the Add Cells button 4 times so that we have a total of 5 unit cells along each axis. We've got 1 at the moment, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit cells along each axis. Okay, where's the shape gone? Well, it's buried deep inside. So let's make it a little bit bigger so we can expand it to the full plot range. And there's an easy way of doing that. We go back to our planes inspector and we'll go down to this resize button and scale shape to fit. So the shape has expanded, but still a bit hard to see, isn't it? Let's start by hiding the unit cell. I can right click and use the contextual menu here, hide unit cell. And now we need to hide some of the atoms so we can see the shape inside. Well, we could hide all the atoms, but there's a smarter way. And I'm going to use the view button, and I'm going to use slice with planes to hide all atoms that are outside the shape whilst retaining the atoms inside the shape. So here we have our diamond crystal. It's an octahedron with planes of the form 1, 1, 1. Let's tidy this up a little bit. We'll choose the same color for all faces, and then we'll adjust the transparency to make it easier to see the surface atoms. Well, color is easy to do. We go to the color button here, and let's choose a light magenta, and that applies to all of the individual planes inside that group. And let's reduce the transparency to about 1/4. We can change the model type, space filling, ball and stick, and let's rotate this so that we can see our faces sideways on. Now we can experiment with forming surfaces at different heights by scaling the shape. Now we could do this by dragging our position slider, making the shape bigger or smaller. But we have a smarter view, which automatically keeps any atoms outside the shape hidden as the shape is resized. And we call this live shape mode, and it's really easy to use. Go down to the view button and turn on live shape mode. Now we can adjust the shape size in real time, seeing how the surface arrangements change. Now this is only a simple shape with one set of planes. Complex shapes might have many sets of symmetry related planes, and adjusting their positions individually with sliders would get tiresome. Fortunately, we can scale everything with a single slider, and we'll find that on the resize button in the bottom bar. And let's drag this inwards slowly, and you'll notice that atoms disappear. Let's go back out to maximum size now. Let's switch to space filling view. And notice that some atoms poke outside the shape. And this is because we're using their centers for reference, not their surfaces. So we'll tidy this up by adding a bit of space between the shape outline and the crystal structure inside. And there's a little trick. We can do this by first contracting our shape and its internal structure, and then we're going to turn off live shape mode and expand the shape. So let's contract slightly and a bit more. Now let's go to view, turn off live shape mode, go back to here, and we can do resize shape to fit. We now have a dense crystal structure some distance inside its outer shape. So we've shown how you can take a collection of symmetry related planes and move them collectively away from the center of your structure and reveal an included shape. We've also looked at scaling this shape so it can be expanded to fill any plot range. We've shown how to hide atoms that are outside the shape. And finally, we've looked at live shape mode, whereby you can resize your shape and have the atom display updated in real time. Make sure to explore the gallery of crystal shapes in CrystalMaker 11's gallery window. We have some real gems included. And be sure to view the next video tutorial where we'll show how to make a much more complex shape, that of the mineral quartz. See you next time.